Next speaker is Mr. Roy.
Now, we're in a difficult period, but we are on the right path. And I would recommend that instead of complaining, that we actually look at the realities. And it does vary from member state to member state. There are member states who are making efforts and they expect sacrifices from their citizens, but they make progress, and that pays. And then there are member states who are concerned about creating the right environment for businesses with fewer rules, and there are other member states that keep spending more and more. Where are people better off? So please look at realities. And if you say that there's more and less progress, but generally speaking we're moving forward in Europe, and there is one big problem, it's true, because the government has been elected, which is not actually sticking to what was agreed. But this isn't a general European problem. That's unfair. Most of countries are in difficulties. Ireland, Spain, Latvia, Portugal. They are now getting out of those difficulties and making progress, and other countries are doing well as well. It's a question of creating the right environment for business. It's a question of austerity and incentives for growth. It's not just a question of squandering money and spend. That's rubbish. It's rubbish to say that you should just spend your way out of a crisis. That doesn't help.
You have a blue card from... Yes? Mr. Flanagan?
Thank you for the opportunity to ask you a question. You mentioned Ireland as one of the countries that apparently is doing well. Other than the fake figures on GDP, which are boosted by Google, Microsoft, etc., who barely pay a cent in tax in our country, what evidence or what information do you have that things are growing in Ireland? Because I can tell you one thing for sure. For the vulnerable, it is complete and utter hell. A few more specifics rather than sound bites that you might have picked up on the Financial Times, which is rubbish.
Fragen Sie doch mal die Menschen in Irland, und zwar die Mehrheit, und schauen Sie sich mal an, wie sich wirtschaftliche Entwicklung dort gestaltet hat. Ich finde das riesig, wie man aus solchen Schwierigkeiten rausgekommen ist. Ich sage doch nicht, dass alles bestens ist. Es ist nicht alles bestens. Wir müssen uns noch verdammt schwer anstrengen. Ich sage nur, dass diejenigen, die Iren, die irische Regierung, die spanische Regierung, die portugiesische Regierung und auch die frühere griechische Regierung etwas unternommen hat, was Erfolg zeigt. Und Erfolg kann man messen und erleben. Das heißt noch lange nicht, dass alles top ist. Überhaupt nicht. Was schreien Sie denn da immer rum? Man versteht es überhaupt nicht. Was soll denn diese Brüllerei hier? Wir sind doch nicht auf der Kirmes. Ich habe kein Wort verstanden.
Mr. Flanagan,
Herr Kollege,
kérem fejezze be a bekiabálást. Ez a parlament, ez nem alkalmas arra, hogy ön itt kiabáljon. Ennek a kultúrája más. Kérem, alkalmazkodjon ehhez. Nem azért adtam meg önnek a szót, hogy később megszakítsa a Roy képviselő urat. Ő is megtisztelte önt, ön is tegye ezt. Kérem, a továbbiakban ezt tartsa szem előtt. Mr. Roy, you have the floor.
Gut, danke sehr. Aber das habe ich in meinem politischen Leben, das ist schon ein paar Jahre lang oft erlebt, dass es politische Kräfte gibt, die sich nicht mit Argumenten auseinandersetzen, durch Brüllen oder Beschimpfen oder Verunglimpfen meinen, die Wahrheit gepachtet zu haben. Es gibt nicht nur eine Wahrheit. Meistens ist das Leben kompliziert. Und deswegen muss man sich anstrengen, um Probleme zu lösen. Sprüche reichen nicht.
Thank you, Mr. Roy. Következő hozzászólónk Flanagan képviselő úr.
Thank you. Just to contradict what that member across there said, the majority of people in Ireland do not agree. 35% support the current government. Do the damned maths. Growth in Ireland may well be one of the best in the EU. One of the reasons will be given is structural reform. The headline looks good, but behind the headline is hell for the most vulnerable in Irish society. Structural reform has meant bullying those who are least able to fight back. Structural reform requires our government to urinate down the backs of our people while demanding we appreciate the free shower. Talking about the most vulnerable is abstract, so let's talk about Breda. Breda has Alzheimer's. Breda is happier in her home. Structural reform says Breda would be better off in a private nursing home. Reality says otherwise. However, structural reform demands that reality is manipulated. Reality says Breda will not live much longer if she is moved from her home. Structural reform says she will thrive. We know who's lying. GDP, what does it mean? It means hell.